Michelle, yeah, it's all good. Good evening, City Council. Happy to see you. As many of you know already, we live in a world that hosts about 14,000 nuclear weapons, many of which are far more devastating than those bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki about 74 years ago. Today, we live in a very different world. Recently, hypersonic weapons have been developed that can now reduce the time at which we receive advance notice to an attack down to seconds. When California Joint Assembly passed a resolution calling for the elimination of nuclear weapons, they called this an intolerable risk. Now, as some of you may know, Mayor McKinley Price signed the Mayors for Peace July 1st, 2019, calling on presidential candidates to, among other things, work towards negotiating the elimination of nuclear weapons. Because we have a nuclear non-proliferation treaty signed 50 years ago, but it has done nothing. Because it says that all of these countries who have nuclear weapons shall work for the elimination at an early date. 50 years. That early date has expired. We don't have time now to wait. So the international campaign to not abolish nuclear weapons is working for a city's appeal. And that text is simple. It says, for all city councils in the United States to press the government by saying, our city is deeply concerned about the grave threat that nuclear weapons pose to communities throughout the world. We firmly believe that our residents have the right to live in a world free from this threat. Any use of nuclear weapons, whether deliberate or accidental, would have catastrophic, far-reaching, and long-lasting consequences for people and the environment. Therefore, we warmly welcome the adoption of the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons by the United Nations in 2017, and we call on our national government to join it without delay. So, I provide this information to you along with a recommendation that even if you want to sign this appeal, inform yourselves more on this topic by someone who has worked with it a long time. Steve Baggerly from Norfolk Catholic Worker, and I would be happy to connect you. He said he would be happy to talk to you anytime soon. Thank you.